Hey guys, Tyrup here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Nexus, playing today. Spawning on the right, we have Spanky playing as us here. And his loadout is Elite Troops, Lightning War, and Mobile Defense. Actually going for an unusual build here, double Pioneers into MG. Worth watching. Anyway, facing offensive on the left, we have Fortune playing as Soviets, and straight away locking in airborne troops. Going for a tier 1 start, but interesting also going for like a straight tier 1 straight into penal, not building another combat engineer for more map control. So some unusual build orders to start this one out. Well, yeah, some unconventional perhaps. In terms of ranks, Spanky I think rank 60 OS and Fortune around rank 50 Soviets, so very tight contest between these two. Should be a good match. So yeah, it looks like Spanky gonna forego building tier 1 altogether. Gonna go double Pioneer into double Machine Gun. Interesting start. More players are trying out these kind of tier 1 skips. Those changes. Also interesting, Fortune going for airborne troops, but going for a tier 1 start. I've actually found airborne troops to be kind of bad against us here. Feels like the upgraded conscripts match up very poorly with the LMG Grenadiers, whereas they do seem to match up pretty well against STG Volksgrenadiers. So I have found this kind of a little bit underwhelming against us here when using the upgrade on the conscripts, but it looks like Fortune gonna go for the penals instead, which, you know, can pick up the crates, get the PPSHs if he chooses. Gonna go for a third penal squad here. And the engineers pushing onto the cutoff, but nice position. Oh, excuse me, on the MG, shutting that down. And while also getting on top of Fortune's cutoff here with the Pyro squad. You can see Fortune getting off to a pretty slow start with this build. As you expect with this tier 1 with no extra combat engineer for capping, does really slow you down. What's he doing jumping into that building? Right, MG pushing up behind this after forcing away the combat engineers. And has to retreat. Still not sure why he's in this building here. Getting down a Talon mine. Now we've got some P-Greens in the field at a very early timing. P-Greens managed to outmaneuver this machine gun, however. What's this, a retreat? What's this combat engineer doing? Sitting around doing nothing at the moment. Is the squad bugged? Why aren't they getting out of the building? You just forgotten about them on the tactical map or something. Okay, he's calling in an M3. Finally gets out of the building now. So he's going to put a penal squad inside. Going to try exploit the build here of Spanky with no tier 1, no Faust, but Spanky going to have his tier 2 out pretty quickly. Or perhaps not actually, going for a second squad of P-Greens instead of building his tier 2 at this stage, which is going to allow more time for the M3. M3 coming in at a very late timing though. Maybe it took him a wee while to realise that he was facing against a no tier 1 build. But when you're up against a no tier 1 build, you need to get your M3 out equally quickly because you're going to be up against a very fast 2-2. But as I mentioned, because of that extra squad of P-Greens slowing down the tier 2, does allow this M3 a little bit more time to work than usual. And M3 forcing a whole gang of retreats. Oh, but the double MG bunkers here might spell the end. Oh, close call. Oh, and some more tellers. Still got this one here. Oof. Skates around it. Close call. Engineers in the base. Okay, Fortune finally spending his manpower. Oh, going for another squad of penals. 4 penals. I generally think that this is not that effective. I often find it hard to outmaneuver 2 machine guns with 4 penals.
The territory is out of contact.
You just end up getting locked out. Maybe a sniper could have been an option. But perhaps he's worried about those tier 2 light vehicles chasing down a sniper at this juncture. Speaking of tier 2, nothing doing from Spanky. So this M3 is going to have yet more time to dominate the battlefield. Fortune, however, still struggling to cap up the map. But not that many units. They're all just high value. So he's struggling for map control. He power drops in some PPSHs for these penals. I actually haven't really seen the matchup between them and the P-Greens too much, though I imagine P-Greens do beat them. And here we go. Oh, he's going to chuck them in the M3. Interesting. Going to drop some more in as well. He's really investing heavily into the PPSH penals. And if they do manage to get a flank on the MGs, it's going to be very effective. But obviously a little bit tougher. They don't have smoke grenades to help you outmaneuver the MGs. It looks like Spanky's maybe just going to go straight for a flak panzer. Oh.
The enemy is taking our territory.
M3 on the chase down. Gonna force a whole bunch of retreats. And this was just, yeah, really risky from Spanky trying to go for the strategy. I think once he saw the M3, definitely should have changed his plans and gone for a 2-2-2. Because at the moment, you know, with the M3 that the map controls, the M3 threatens, could just lose the entire map now and, oh, just going to lose small arms. Gunning hard for the MG, but doesn't get the kill and might even lose this on retreat to the double P-Greens. Oh, was this an overextension from Fortune? P-Greens doing a bit of running and gunning. They're going to get away. Close call though. Grenade in. Dodge. Oh, still actually got quite a lot of damage in. Looks like the P-Greens are pretty effective against the PPSH penals as I thought. But yeah, what I was saying is Spanky could just lose basically all his map control here, and that last 40 or so fuel before the flak panzer might take an eternity to come in, and in the process he could just easily lose the game, especially with the T-70 hitting the field very shortly, unless this runs over one of those telemines. He did spot this with the sweeper but didn't react to it. It's running down here to do some capping, though he might spot it on retreat as well with the sweeper. Definitely should be aware of that telemine, but there was one here in the north as well. If the T-70 hits a telemine, that should buy Spanky enough breathing room, I think, to bridge the gap to the flak panzer. And while Fortune dropping in 2 Dishkas. This guy I found is pretty strong, but I also found it kind of hard to use on this map specifically. Like its cone of fire just doesn't lend itself that well to this map. I think the MG42 is better. So T-70 has forced some retreats, but look at how much map control Spanky's managed to take whilst Fortune has been doing all this recrewing and team weapon picking up and whatnot in his base. really hurt his map control. He's also been a little bit strapped for manpower, so unable to reinforce these squads fully. Maybe he shouldn't have gone for one of these Dishkas. Going for one of them a little bit later, because yeah, all this mucking around in his base has cost him so much map control, even with the T-70 on the field forcing retreats.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Such Penals don't quite clear the arc of the MG here, but don't end up getting suppressed regardless. This mine's up here as well though, so sweeper's there, but not going to be able to do too much. T-70 meanwhile forcing a whole bunch of retreats in the south, which you regathering the map control down there, but Spanky getting down his tech. Going to be right there for a flak panzer as well once that tech is built. T-70 just going to go straight into base here. Might as well, nothing to stop him. If he drove up forwards and started killing these engineers as they're building the tech, that could be GG. I don't think he's got sight of that. So the tech structure does go up, and flak panzer coming in shortly thereafter. Big bunker's going to go down though. Just go changing position to deal with the P-Greens. T-70 in here looking for the kill on the P-Greens. To reinforcing. And it's about halfway down. Squad's jumping inside the bunkers, just trying to avoid getting killed here. Watching, taking a lot of map control on the back of this though. And looks like he's just going to jump out. He saw the tech structure, worried about the flak panzer. Decides to eject before he can complete construction. But now this flak panzer is going to be real thorn and fortune side. Doesn't have like basically anything to deal with it. Building his tier 4 at this stage, and still 50 fuel away from T-34 or similar. This flak panzer could do a whole gang of damage. Already does. Leading that squad like crazy. Next squad up. Next squad down. T-70 could be next. As they're chasing them down. Not going to chase too deep though. But look at how much manpower bleed this has done. 8 kills already. Dishka locking down this base exit though. This one getting flanked. Could go down here with a bit of a gunner death loop action. There goes one gunner. And looks like the flak panzer is going to come through and clean it up. So Dishka up for the taking. Oh, PPSA Penals. Might be an MG exchange here. Picking up the MG42 and losing the Dishka. In fact, this Dishka stopping the steel on it, but could also go down here in front of the flak panzer with the gunner death loop again. He might lose it. Activating tactical movement here to speed towards the MG, and oh no, he picked it up with his 3-man Pioneer squad rather than the 4-man, so he ends up losing the Pio squad. Whew. Few mistakes on both ends here. It looks like Spanky gonna rebuild Pioneers as well as build another squad of P-Greens. P-Greens are matching up pretty well against the Penals. Look at this, the P-Greens both are Vet 2, but look at the Penals variant, see only one of them at Vet 1. I mean, the 2 of them at Vet 1, so... Kind of shows how quickly P-Greens are vetting. Oh, T-70 right next to that teller. Let's be careful. And Fortune not going for a T-34-76. Maybe he's going to save for the SU-85. Might be a little bit tricky to use on this map though. I would have thought the T-34 would be the way to go, because no Fausts for Spanky. You can afford to be super aggressive with your T-34, just going for those diving plays, don't have to snipe at long range. Oh, no, he does go for it, but just very, very late. So he's going for yet more PPSHs. So full PPSHs on his penals now.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Might have been an idea to just leave one of them unupgraded. Maybe open the door for a PTRS. So he could have some snares as well.
T-34 ready for combat.
Right, T-70 getting busy. Oh, so maybe he's hoping to stop their decapture there, but a little bit too slow. Panzer picking away at range, and here comes T-34. Spanky hasn't back-ticked, so no packs yet. But the T-34, if it hits one of these tellers, I mean, it's something I've said quite a few times so far this match, but the tellers could be the game decider. He did spot this with the sweeper earlier twice, so he's heading right for it. Ooh. Yep, and he loses 5 penal models in the process. Oh, that's a big yikes. Black Panzer could maybe even come in here and kill this, honestly. This amount of health. Especially if Black Panzer gets onto the rear armor. And he's just leaving it out here. He needs to back it away for repairs. Only has 1 comm engineer as well. Leading a lot of manpower. Oh, he does have PTRS. It looks like only 1 model was firing it. Perhaps issue with getting PTRS and PPSH. T-70 going hunting for the fresh P-Green squad. T-34 getting some repairs. Attack round attempts from the Flak Panzer. Starts to disengage. But yeah, Spanky has been floating close to like 600 manpower for such a long time. Really just needs to spend the 20 or so fuel that is and just get a pack out, man. That's the unit missing from his equation. T-70 forcing yet more retreats. Use it for the secure mode, not a bad idea. Oh, Pino's running into the Flak Panzer again. Looks like he's going to try to stick around for the neutralize. Yeah, looks like they're only getting 1 PTRS with that upgrade. Rest all PPSHs. Oh, T-34 running straight in, getting hit with the Shreks, going in for the crush. Crushes 1 model, but now Flak Panzer on the rear armor. T-34 overcommitting here. Manages to decrew the stolen Dishka, but T-34 actually abandoned here. Sticky Satchel does come in, so he must be going for the PTRS package just to get the snares, and in comes the anti-tank strafe. Nicely done. Clears it out quite close to the edge of the map. That came in rapidly, and Flak Panzer goes down. And manages to steal back the Dishka, repairing up the T-34. Will he be able to get this out of here in time? Oh, Dishka just suppressing the P-Greens before they get around the corner. Oh, doesn't react. Oh, he does react just in time, just before he lost a model on those comm engineers. Lucky break. T-34 going to try extract, but Panzer 4 in production. Where are the Shreks? Okay, they're just completed reinforcing. T-34 trying to hold the line here, forcing a few retreats, but P-Greens are there, going for the bundle grenades. Dishka could even go down here. Yeah, that was a huge bundle grenade. So Fortune is in... he's flush with map control. Triple cap just about every sector under his control as well. But the P4 is going to hit the field. And go for the kill on this T-34. Fortune has been bleeding a tremendous amount of manpower.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
Quick look at this, 73 to 61. Okay. Suppose a few of these kills are perhaps or losses from the S-mines. Oh, and T-70 also in trouble. Oh. Well, because at least he swept the Telemine. He's probably going to go down to the Panzer IV anyway, so gotta look on the bright side, you know. And just to steal away that Dishka again, though. Now going for just more P-Greens, finally spending some of that manpower float. Still feel like he could do with teching and getting out a pack. Looks like he's just kind of stubbornly not going for that. Kino's charging forwards, looking to get the sticky satchel, and one does. The second one I don't think is going to get close enough. And they don't have enough PTRS damage here to knock it out with their PTRS guns. Oh, but he's going... Anti-tank strafe. Oh, maybe now with one PTRS shot he can finish the job. No, he got the sticky satchel, and as it was rounding the corner, Panzer IV down. Oh, but look at this blob. Sticky, oh, throws a satchel, but Spanky avoids it. But Penals do manage to get out of there. And T-34 coming in. Only one Shrek squad there to fight against it as well. Spanky pushing out strongly into the north, but T-34 might shut that down. T-34 going for a detour here. What's he doing? Okay, I don't really know what he's doing, but parking up. Eager Shreks are right here. He's going in, looking for the crush paps again. Right next to the wall as well. This crush could be very effective. Gets 2 moles with it. One more Shrek connects. P4 has to pull back. I mean, T-34 has to pull back now into repairs. Still only has 1 engineer for repairs though. They're going to be very, very slow. Oh! T-34 takes another full volley. Still alive though. And now T-34 chasing all these squads off the map. Might have been able to hold the line a little bit better if he had a pack. And still floating, you know, over 600 manpower. Oh, T-34 coming in for the crush. If he can get rid of the Shrek squad. Oh, there we go. Does so. Could just win the game on the spot. In the base. Squad manages to pick up the drop Shrek though. Trying to push the squad, trying to avoid him being able to fire it. Oh, but we got a fresh squad of Shreks popped, and now Fortune decides to extract. Save himself. But it's a nice base dive there for Fortune. Netted quite a few kills. Going in anti-tank run, but it's not very effective against infantry. It's also not very good against howitzers. I found that out the hard way the other day. I tried it and it didn't work. Oh, and sprinting forwards with the tactical movement with the Shreks. Can he get one more volley off here? Just repositioning to try shut this down. Satchel in as well. But it looks like this might be a dead Dishka now. Probably should have just retreated. And T-34, yep, just goes down. Coming in. I don't think he wants to go up against 2 Shrek squads. And now Panzer IV finally on the field for Spanky. Should be able to fight off these T-34s nicely.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Oh, did he get a sticky satchel off there? Doesn't look like it. It's neutralized on the cutoff though for munitions rather. Oh, Shrek squad gets found. Oh, and down goes that Shrek squad. Nice follow up by the T-34, but Panzer IV was right there. Missing its first shot. Just backing away. There we go. T-34, oh. Thought maybe he's going to go in for the ram and the AT strafe. But be careful, here come the Shreks. Once again, tossing our satchel, but once again off target. Costing Fortune a lot of manpower, but is securing him a decent amount of map control. Definitely needs another combat engineer for repairs though. These taking such a long time after they have taken damage. I might go for a third T-34 here as well. Just go straight for the overwhelm on Spanky. Double T-34s now in the south. One of them pretty heavily wounded though. P4 and Shrek's coming down. Oh, and he hits a teller. I didn't even see that there. This could spell disaster for Fortune. He's going in for the ram to try and save the date. And it connects. Calling in the anti-tank strafe. And there we go, anti-tank strafe seals the deal, but might lose both his T-34s here. No, retreats that squad, but instead of going for another volley. And looks like the T-34 is going to stay alive here. Just activating the AP ammo. I don't know, can it penetrate this? Looks like it can.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
On the rear armor. Something you don't see every day. Dishka killing a T-34. So I think the way that this works is that it doubles the penetration. And in the last patch, penetration of this was actually buffed on the Dishka to be the same as the 50 cal. So I guess this penetration is actually quite high now.
Supply sector under attack.
Can't remember exactly what number that is, but clearly enough to kill a T-34, and well, it wasn't too slow about it either.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
I believe there's 80 rear armor. Oh, MG goes down, Shreks are coming up though.
We are losing territory.
Penals chasing away squads in the south. These penals finally starting to hit Vet 2, Vet 3. Feels like it's taken them a really long time to get there, maybe more than regular penal squads. I don't think the requirements change when you get the weapon upgrade, but maybe they're just not that effective. Especially against the Pigeons, they don't seem to match up that well.
Close air support is available.
Oh, and he's forgotten about the squad in the middle. Slightly at retreat. Oh, when it goes down close to max range there. Oh, but squad manages to escape. Close call. Just about. Oh, Spanky could in fact go for another Panzer IV here. Maybe he's going to try goes for the Tiger. Now Fortune, the effects of all this manpower attrition starting to stack up. His army's starting to look a little bit weak here. Maybe he's about to steal an MG, and maybe that's going to turn things back into his favour. So now we've got 2 MG42s for Fortune versus the 2 Dishkas for Spanky. I don't think that's what the Lend-Lease program was all about. It's not supposed to be giving your weapons to the enemies, but there you have it. MG setting up. I may have trouble suppressing a bomb this size, especially with the Dishka behind it, which can get suppression in return. Should actually allow Spanky to overwhelm here. Oh, but maybe the second MG in the back will hold the line.
We have 200 points remaining.
You're basically dead even on the VPs, as you hear from the announcer. Both players around 200. Hectic match. Oh, some infiltration guards there called in. By getting dumpstered. I think that's crewed by P-Greens. They took a whole bunch of damage from the crew. It's one thing I've found using these as an infiltration unit. They're just not that strong. Oh. It's a mine. Doesn't lose the squad though. Once again trying to use this against infantry, but not much damage done, but T-34 might be able to finish it off. Perhaps not with the Shrek squad nearby, and unable to crush him in that position. He needs the heavy crush to get down there. And it looks like Spanky is going to go for the Tiger now. Fortune has a tremendous amount of fuel, but really lacking in manpower. Take a look at the KD. Actually pretty similar between these two. But this is these are some expensive units to reinforce, you know, the Penals, the guards and whatnot, much more than conscripts. Hard to know what Spanky's been losing as well. You know, he's had a lot of P-Greens, but also had a lot of Pioneers and crew weapon members. But this Tiger is going to cause them some real issues. Fortune going to need an SU-85, and still with tactical movement combined with the double Shreks, going to have to be on point with his machine gun positioning to try and shut that down.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
But yeah, I felt like these PPSH Penals haven't been performing that well this game, especially against the P-Greens. Maybe they do better against regular Grenadiers, but it feels like P-Greens are basically tailor-made to beat them. The Penals kind of have to close the distance, and in the process they take too much damage against the P-Greens to really be effective. And here is the Tiger.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
We're backing away straight away. Fortune also starting the 35 as soon as he spotted it. He's about to lose a whole bunch of map control. Could be troubling with the low amount of VPs he has remaining. Grenade in, dodge. Got Tiger there to mop up the remains. Spanky trying to outmaneuver this MG up here with the Pios, but I think it's crewed by penal model, so even if he did flank it, the weapon crew would be able to beat it anyway. It's going to try it regardless. Here comes some P-Greens from the outside, as well as the Tiger, so he ends up having to retreat, but a funny sight to see. Okay, so S385 hitting the field now, but as I mentioned, tactical movement with the double Shreks could make it hard to use. He's jammed on focus sight mode straight away though. Going tiger hunting. It's a good hidden early. Shreks coming forwards now to counter. 2 good hits in. Shreks getting in close though. Here comes T-34 to zone them out. Maybe going for the crush. Go for the crush. Bull gets a good shot at him with the main gun. He's up forcing the retreat. Here comes the Tiger. S385 bounces this time. Look at the amount of map control now for Spanky. He's got everything. Watch him breaking out to the south. Spanky's still floating so much. Well, S-mine's down, covering the center now as well. Squad's trying to outmaneuver this MG. Oh, got a second MG sitting up to shut them down. And there we go. As I mentioned, with no smoke grenades. Ooh! This penal is just not that effective with the SMGs. Oh, now Shreks targeting the SU-85, forcing it off. Still only 1 engineer for repairs as well for Fortune. He's about to get 3 vehicles. That's a big no-no. 3 tanks on the field. You may even need 3 engineers. You can get away with 2, but 1, that is offensively poor repair times with no ability, no conscript repair kits, no crew repairs. Yeah, look at that. Get 3 P-Greens just melting. PPSH upgraded penals. I feel like that's just a bit of a blunder going for so many of them. Maybe, you know, 1 or 2. I'll use them to try flank the MGs and whatnot, but getting every skull with them I don't think it's worked out too well. But upgrading the PTRS package on them has. Access to sticky satchels has really come in handy. MG guard's getting shut down here by the Dishka. So forcing a retreat. He's calling in the anti-tank strafe. Most of the rockets connecting with the wall there. Tiger escapes unscathed, but hits the mine that was there. T-34 going to be on his rear armor potentially. T-34 going in after the flak panzer, however. Gets 1 shot on the rear from the Tiger. Oh, big crush. You've got a whole squad right there. Huge crush. Flak panzer 1 shot from death. Spanky using tactical movement to sprint the Shreks back onto the battlefield, saving the day. Flak panzer surviving. Tiger wounded, sprinting towards the repairs, clearing out the S-mines. S-35 now, right in front of the Shreks, and all of them connect. Needs to, yeah, he cancels the focus sight mode. And S-35 manages to escape, activating relief infantry here. Don't see that too often. T-34 coming forwards, but takes a huge volley from the Shreks, and now all of his tanks damaged. And only 1 engineer for repairs. Starts another engineer now, but man, he's going to be off the map for so long with repairs. That may allow Spanky to get the VP win. For some retreats in the south. The squad, I mean, this T-34 is Vet 1, could use the secure mode. Going for the repair on the T-34 first. I feel like he needs the SU-85 more than the T-34 right now because Tiger back on its feet already. And to do some damage. Do end up getting one squad Osttrooper for his relief infantry. So at least he got something, but I feel like that ability's not very good. I think its duration is just a little bit too short these days since it got nerfed. The LMG guards trying to hold the line in the north, but Dishka comes, gets suppression in. Just throwing his units forwards, forcing off the Tiger. Suffering a lot of manpower bleed in the process. Splitting his repairs between two vehicles here as well. In fact, not even starting the repairs on this. Maybe a little bit of a misclick. Oh! And looks like that penal squad that was charging forwards went down to the Tiger. So one less squad on the field for Fortune. It's not looking good for him. And another tank coming in for Spanky. Only getting the repairs going on the SU-85 now. Oh! Thought maybe the Tiger got another wipe that didn't spawn on camera, but wasn't the case. MG getting forced off. Okay. Two T-34s coming onto the battlefield, but without the support of the SU-85, hits the Telemines, loses it straight away. Tiger is there as well. One more shot from the Tiger and that's death. Manages to get away though. Oh, but he's bringing it back in. Maybe going to go for a ram on the Tiger. Nope. And I might even lose this on retreat here if the Tiger comes forward. Tries using the anti- oh, he does end up losing it. And the rockets do just about nothing to the Flak Panzer. P4 now coming in looking for a flank potentially. Shriek's charging forwards, but machine gun shutting them down. S-35 still in there. Oh, the Shrieks actually connect even while suppressed with their reduced accuracy. Here comes Panzer IV getting the flank in whilst the Tiger charges in from the other angle. And Shrek's coming in from a third angle. Nice play from Spanky. Goes for a ram. And Fortune throws in the towel. Well, interesting match here. You know, some off-meta action at the start. I think it was just a big mistake from Fortune upgrading all of his squads with PPSHs. I think they, as we saw, they match up quite badly with P-Greens. And that's what he's facing. Maybe if you're up against Grenadiers, you could go for it. Maybe just one or two as well instead of upgrading all of your squads with them. And I feel like that just made Fortune's infantry engagement so tough throughout this game, having to constantly charge forwards, losing models on approach. It seemed like his manpower game was quite heavily impacted. Also Spanky floating close to 600 manpower throughout this entire match. Felt like he was just a little bit too stubborn to back tech, get out tier 2 and build a pack, which would have really helped. There was a period where Fortune easily could have run away with the game when he had like 2 T-34s on the map, but didn't quite happen. And well played, Spanky hanging in there and getting the W. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.